Am I in the air?
Um, can I get a Chee Hoo? What is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is Don Megan. I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news and television movies and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here to Am I on the Air on a week-by-week basis. My name is Don Mega. I am your host. It is season 29. It is episode 13. And yes, tonight is titled, Can I Get a Chee Hoo? We're going to be breaking down the news from November the 27th through December the 3rd. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. You know, when we did last week's show, I told you all Thanksgiving was coming. It was going to be good, right? Some turkey, some stuffing, some mashed potatoes. It was delicious. I had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you all did too. But we are here to get caught up with the latest and the greatest. I got two non-spoiler movies to talk about, a couple TV shows to talk about, and then, of course, we'll get you into the news of the week. It hasn't been a tremendous amount of news. I've, of course, always got news for you guys, but there hasn't been a tremendous amount because, of course, it was Thanksgiving, and then everybody was kind of off on Friday after the Thanksgiving, and the weekend was kind of slow. So the news became a little sluggish after Thanksgiving, but we do got some stuff to talk about. So let's get right on into it. Our first non-spoiler movie review is the new #1 movie in the world. This movie is breaking records all over the place. I knew it would do good, but I didn't know it would do this damn good. Moana 2. All right, we're going to kick this thing off. Moana 2, the sequel to the amazing Disney movie Moana. You know, I'm not a big Disney guy. I'm not a big animated guy, but I loved Moana. And Moana is one of those movies, the original one, that when I think back, I know I talk about my daughter a lot on this show. My daughter just turned 11 a couple weeks ago. I remember going to the theater. It's one of my earliest theater experiences of taking her. I think she was like 2 years old, maybe, and taking her to see this movie and having her love Moana. She wanted Moana's outfit. She wanted to play with the toys. She watched this movie all the time. I think we saw it in the theater 3 times. I used to sing You're Welcome to her all the time as a little kid. And still, man, we'll pop it up in the car sometimes and we'll kick it old school. You're welcome. It's just so much fun. It holds a lot of precious memories for me. So it's awesome to fast forward all these years. My daughter's 11 now, and then taking her back to see the sequel and checking out Moana 2. And what's even crazier is there's going to be a live action version coming out in 2026 with The Rock coming back as Maui in live action. It's going to be so cool, man, to revisit it again. But we're here talking Moana 2. After receiving an unexpected call from her wayfinding ancestors, Moana journeys alongside Maui and a new crew to the far seas of Oceania and into dangerous, long-lost waters for an adventure unlike anything she's ever faced. Guys, straight up, if you like that first movie, if you love that first movie, you're going to enjoy this one, man. Moana is amazing. Her character of Moana is amazing. Of course, Maui's so amazing. I think The Rock does such a fantastic job as Maui. Like the way he portrays it, the way his voice delivery is. I mean, it's so damn good. I know a lot of people start to complain about The Rock and say, "Oh, he's just the same guy in everything he does." But then you listen to him do Maui, and it's such a different side of him, and I love it, man. The songs are okay. They're not that bad, but the soundtrack is definitely not as catchy as that first movie, man. We are definitely missing some Lin-Manuel Miranda up in Moana 2. He did not come back for this one. I wish I knew what the story was there. He might have just been busy. I know he was doing new songs for Mufasa, and it might have just been a timing thing that he just couldn't do it. I have to believe that they at least asked him, but they got other people to do the music, and there's some okay songs. But of course, the big song, man, is Maui's song, right? Can I get a Chee Hoo? Which gave us tonight's show title. I love that song title. The song is catchy as hell. It's not a You're Welcome. It did not top You're Welcome, but it is catchy and it is fun. I'm so glad that Ali Cravalho came back as Moana. She is so damn good in this role, and I'm glad that she got to portray it again. Of course, we talked about Dwayne The Rock Johnson always killing it. It's a fun movie, man. They go on an adventure. They're trying to unite the tribes of the ocean again. Hey Hey is there, and the pig is there, and everybody's there, and it's heartwarming, man. It's about family, it's about friends, it's about leadership, it's about growing up, it's about our ancestors, about the people that have passed, and it just really hits all the notes, man. So I can't tell you well enough, how good it is, and to definitely give it a watch, man. Moana 2 now in theaters. We're going to talk box office here in a second, and you'll see how much this thing is kicking ass. But check it out, man. 4 out of 5 stars. Loved Moana, and I think you'll definitely love it too. My second movie is actually a streaming film. This is on Paramount Plus. It's a Paramount Plus original. It's called Dear Santa. And this one's directed by Bobby Farrelly, who Bobby, if you're a 90s person, Bobby Farrelly doing a lot of the Jim Carrey movies, doing There's Something About Mary. They did a lot of those really adult kind of crazy ass comedies back in the day. So it's good to see them back doing a holiday comedy fantasy movie here. This one here starring Jack Black. And he's playing Satan. Yes, he's playing Satan. And that's the twist here, right? Likable sixth grader Liam, he writes a letter to Santa asking him to prove that he's real, but Liam is dyslexic and he accidentally writes Satan on the letter instead of Santa and sends it to Satan, who then shows up at Liam's house, excited to have his first fanboy letter and wanting the soul of Liam. So, of course, he pops up. He's trying to get Liam to do his 3 wishes. And then after those 3 wishes, your soul is mine. So this is a fun movie, man. For a streaming film, it works. It's a little funny holiday streaming film. It's a little over an hour and a half long. It's got some really good laughs. It's of course cheesy as hell too at the same time, but Jack Black makes it work. He is really the selling point of this movie. He is so damn good. I loved him as Satan, and I loved the little tweaks and tricks and everything that he did in this movie to try to get the wishes out of the kid and really try to, conform him to something that he's not. It's a fun little watch, man. I always dig these little holiday movies that come out, unless they're on the Hallmark Channel. I don't want to watch the lovey-dovey ones, but you give me a fun family comedy. This is definitely one of them. So once again, this is streaming on Paramount Plus. Check out Dear Santa. I'd give this one 3 out of 5 stars. All right, switching gears on over to the TV side. Of course, our big new show of the week is the latest in the Star Wars saga. It's Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I've been waiting for this one, but I've been kind of like not overly excited, but excited because the trailer came out and the trailer is good, but it's a very kiddie kind of show, and I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. And is it too kiddie? And they dropped the first 2 episodes, and it is pretty damn kiddie, but it's kiddie in a good way because it reminds you of those 80s 90s kind of Steven Spielberg. It's a Goonies type of story, right, with the kids, and they find a mystery thing in the forest, and that mystery thing turns out to be a spaceship, and it takes them on an adventure, and we're kind of off to the races, right? Jude Law stars in this thing, but he doesn't show up until the end of the second episode. And I'm curious to see where it goes from here. I thought it was a very charming show. The kids are pretty likable. Um, it it's telling a pretty good story so far. I had a blast with the first 2 episodes. My daughter's liking it. And I think it does sustain. So we'll see if it stays on track or if it goes off the rails. But so far, so good, man. This is from John Watts, who, of course, did the Spider-Man trilogy with Tom Holland. So we all know he's got a really good eye for things, especially family-oriented stuff with doing Spider-Man. And I like what he did here. So big thumbs up. It's now streaming on Disney Plus. Like I said, you can watch the first 2 episodes now, and then new episodes will drop, I believe, every Tuesday going forward. All right. So that's the only new show, but I do want to shout out a couple things. The biggest thing I want to shout out is Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois is a show I've always liked. Superman is my all-time favorite superhero. I love, love, love Superman. Of course, this Superman got his start years ago on the Supergirl show, and then he started to pop up more, and then they gave him his own show, and it ran for 4 seasons. Now, with a new Superman movie coming out next summer from James Gunn, they basically have pulled the plug on this show and said, we can't have two Supermans going at the same time, so we're going to call it. And it's the last of the Arrowverse shows that's on the CW, so it's the end of an era because we've had all those Arrow shows, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, like we talked about, Legends of Tomorrow. A lot of shows have come and gone on the CW. And the crazy thing is, the first superhero show ever on the CW was Smallville, and then ends with Superman and Lois. So you started with Superman, you ended with Superman, which is really, really cool. But I really want to give this show its flowers because it's always been a good show, but this final season, these last 10 episodes, have been so incredible. And it's been such a next level show that I hope more people can find. Number one, you can stream it right now on the CW. In a couple months, it will stream on Max. If you get a chance, I implore you to watch this final season. Lex Luthor is in here and portrayed so well. Tyler Hoechlin as Superman has quickly become one of the best Superman we've ever had. He's just such the embodiment of what the comic book was. Um, Lois, incredible. All the side characters, but the story they tell in this season with Doomsday and everything leading up to this finale. And I'm gonna tell you without spoilers, the series finale is one of the best series finales I've ever seen. Shows have a very hard time ending. They have a very hard time sticking the landing. And Superman and Lois blew the landing off the plane. Um, the ending is hardcore. It's touching. The show does an epilogue and kind of shows you what's going to happen over the next several years, and you see how everybody's life plays out. And it ends on such a sweet note that I was in tears. I was in super, super tears at the end of this thing. And then I jumped online and I saw that I wasn't alone, man. Everybody is raving about this finale, and everybody else is talking about all the tears they were wiping away out of their face. I'm not crying, you're crying. It's incredible. It really, really is. So I really wanted to give it its flowers and tell you guys, if you started this show and maybe gave up, go and finish it. It is so worth it. It's such a great final season as a whole, and it's one of the best series finales ever. It's so damn good. So check out Superman and Lois season 4. It is over. You can binge all 10 episodes, like I said, on the CW right now. And seasons 1 through 3, if you want to get caught up, is on Max. And I'm sure season 4 will be on Max here in the next couple months. So check it out. And lastly, I just want to shout out to Based on a True Story season 2. I talked about this show a couple weeks ago. I loved season 1. I had just started season 2, but now I finished it. And it was a fantastic season. I don't think Peacock has renewed this show yet, and I am waiting every day to see its renewal because again, this show ends on a note that I'm just like, "Oh my god, I need more." It was a great season. Lots of twists and turns. It was good to see everybody back, and it's such a fun story, man. Again, this is a show about a couple that love serial killers and serial killer podcast and all that kind of stuff, and then they actually meet a real serial killer and the ins and outs of trying to be a friend, but you got to make sure you don't get killed, and it's such a fun ride. And season 2 was great. So big thumbs up. I finished it, and I want you guys to check it out as well too. Season 2 now streaming on Peacock. So that's what I got for you guys right now. Moana 2 in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. Dear Santa streaming on over on Paramount Plus, 3 out of 5 stars. Star Wars Skeleton Crew, first 2 episodes streaming on Disney Plus. Superman and Lois, big thumbs up. Go check that shit out. Season 4 and Based on a True Story season 2 over on Peacock. All right, let's get on over to the box office. And guys, bear with me because there's 3 different sets of box office coming off of this weekend because it was a holiday weekend. So what we do is we have a 5-day holiday breakdown, which is basically November 27th through December 1st. It is, starts the day before Thanksgiving and runs through that end of Sunday. And then there's the 4-day Thanksgiving breakdown, which is November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving through Sunday. And then, of course, you have your typical 3-day weekend, which is your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right there. So 3 different levels. So listen to the money that was made. I'm going to start off at the 5-day mark. Okay. So for the 5 days, November 27th through December 1st, 5-day Thanksgiving weekend. Number 10 was A Real Pain. Number 9, Heretic. Number 8, The Wild Robot. Number 7, Venom the Last Dance. Number 6, Bonhoeffer, Pastor Spy Assassin. Number 5, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Number 4 was Red One. Number 3 was Gladiator 2. Number 2 was Wicked with $118.2 million. Like almost as much money as it made in week 1. It's insane. So congratulations to Wicked, 118.2. And number 1, I hinted at it earlier, Moana 2, over the 5 days, $225.4 million. Oh my goodness. That is some Avengers fucking numbers right there, man. 225.4 million for the 5-day, man. Incredible. So then we go to the 4-day. Let's see what we got here. Coming in number 10, A Real Pain. Number 9, A Wild Robot. Number 8, Heretic. Number 7, Venom the Last Dance. Number 6, Bonhoeffer, Pastor Spy Assassin. Number 5, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Number 4, Red One. Number 3, Gladiator 2. Number 2, Wicked with 97.9 million. And number 1, Moana with 167.5 million in that 4-day. And then we go to our typical normal 3-day weekend. So this is what we usually do, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? This is the way it played out. Number 10 was A Real Pain. Number 9, A Wild Robot. Number 8, Heretic. Number 7, Venom the Last Dance. Number 6, Bonhoeffer, Pastor Spy Assassin. Number 5, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Number 4, Red One. Number 3, Gladiator 2. Number 2 was Wicked with 81.1 million. And number 1 was Moana with 139.7 million. So any way you cut it, from the 5-day to the 4-day to the 3-day, Moana 2 absolutely smashed it. So there you go. That's your box office. And let's get into the news of the week. Paddington in Peru, its U.S. release date has been delayed back to February 14th of 2025. So now you're getting it as a Valentine's Day movie. Chet Hanks is set to join Lily Gladstone and Bryan Cranston in their new movie Lone Wolf. The Associate has officially begun production for Guy Ritchie's new crime drama show. We have the trailer for Watson, which is Morris Chestnut, starring in the Sherlock Holmes spinoff over on CBS. John Watts also confirmed that Wolf's 2 is dead. That's right. He says the sequel is dead and he has axed all plans. We kind of touched upon this, I think, a week or two ago, but it is official that the sequel is off the table. Gangs of London, we have your season 3 teaser trailer for the crime show's AMC Plus return. Going back to that new Guy Ritchie show, the Guy Ritchie crime drama is going to star Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, and Helen Mirren, and it's on track for a 2025 premiere. Over on the Christmas box office, Sonic 3 is actually tracking to open ahead of the Lion King prequel, Mufasa. So, no shocker here. I think Sonic has just earned it, right? We're on the 3rd movie, it's going to kill it. And I don't see a lot of people really excited about Lion King, even though I think it looks really, really good. Barry Keoghan supposedly is going to portray Ringo Starr in Sam Mendes' Beatles movies. According to the Beatle himself, he says, I think it's great. I believe he's somewhere taking drum lessons, and I hope not too many, which is really funny there. This, of course, is not an official confirmation. This is Ringo Starr on a red carpet saying, yeah, I believe Barry Keoghan is set to play me in the new movie. So we'll see if that becomes official, but that's definitely a heavy, heavy rumor right now at this point. Wicked director John M. Chu confirms that part 2 will have 2 brand new songs in it. So that's really interesting. Get some new stuff over there. Killer's game director is doing a new movie with Dave Bautista. It's going to be called Afterburn. So love when people get to work together again because they create really good chemistry. I Know What You Did Last Summer 3 has officially begun production. So get ready, man. I am ready for another I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let's do it. Liam Neeson is teasing the Ice Road 2. I did not like the Ice Road. This is one of the Liam Neeson movies I could not get down with. So I know a sequel's coming, but that Guy Ritchie show with Tom Hardy that we just talked about is now picked up a home over on Paramount Plus. So that's where you're going to be able to stream that one there. Phoebe Dynevor stars in the official trailer for Inheritance. You can check that out, and it hits theaters January 24th. Kerry Washington stars in the official trailer for The 6888. This is streaming December 20th on Netflix. Tom Cruise is supposed to be reuniting with Doug Liman on a new scary movie. That's right. It's going to be called Deeper. And it's the first time Tom Cruise has really done a horror movie outside of The Mummy. And Doug Liman hasn't really done a horror movie. So they're very excited to work together and do something fresh like this. Dolph Lundgren shares a health update. He reveals that he is cancer free. So, congratulations, man. That is pretty awesome. He had received a terminal diagnosis, but he got through it, man. And that's awesome. We all love Dolph Lundgren. It's great to hear that he pulled through there. All right. This was the highest grossing Thanksgiving weekend ever at the box office, by the way, with over $422 million domestically. So awesome right there. Um, let's see here. We have a breakdown for all your streamers, right? This month on Prime Video, you get things like Pop Culture Jeopardy, The Sticky, Secret Level. Over on Peacock, you get Speak No Evil streaming debut, the new Stephanie Hsu led rom com called Laid, Paris and Nicole, The Encore, and a bunch more there. Over on Paramount Plus, you get Dexter Original Sin. I'm so excited, man. Cannot wait for this to start. Lioness, of course, season 2 is going on. Final episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, and a whole bunch more there. Over on Max, you're going to get Bookie season 2, the debut of Creature Commandos, and Fast Friends, and everything else coming and going. Over on Hulu, you get stand up specials headlined by Lana Glazer and Joe Mandy, the complete original run of Law and Order, and a whole bunch more. Over on Disney Plus, of course, Skeleton Crew, we just talked about. The final season of What If starts the week of Christmas, the Doctor Who Christmas special, and a whole bunch more. Apple TV Plus, of course, the nature documentary series, The Secret Life of Animals, finales of Bad Sisters, Shrinking, and Before. And a whole bunch more. Over on Netflix, the return of Squid Game for season 2, Virgin River, No Good Deed, Black Doves, and a whole bunch more. And then, of course, we have it all combined into one article, your December streaming guide. So 70 plus premieres across Netflix, Disney Plus, Max, Peacock, and a whole bunch more. So see if your favorites are coming and going. We also got another article up with when your favorite shows will return from the holidays. That's right. Most of the major sitcom shows that are out right now are on mid-season finales. So this article here talks about when everything's going to come back. Um, let's see here. Yeah, and over on the streaming guide, you have Beetlejuice coming to Max. It Ends With Us going to Netflix. Jurn #2 over on Max. Maria on Netflix. Superman documentary over on Max. Speak No Evil on Peacock, and a whole bunch more. So check out that article for your favorite movies. Um, just skipping some of this box office talk because we've talked about all the box office news here. In an interesting move here, the first 8 minutes of Craven the Hunter has been released online. The movie hits theaters on December 13th, and yeah, Sony has put out the first 8 minutes. So I did not watch it because I want to see it fresh when the movie comes out because I'm looking very much forward to Craven. But if you want to get a taste of what this movie is, we have it up on our X page. So x.com/am I on the air. Check it out. Um, all right. We also found out that Ella Purnell is coming back. Sweet Pea has been renewed for season 2. I actually just finished season 1. It was a fun little show, and I love Ella Purnell. Of course, I can't wait for Fallout season 2, and now she's getting Sweet Pea season 2. So let's do it, man. So great news there on that front. We have the new trailer for Last Breath. This stars Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, Finn Cole, and Cliff Curtis. So check this one out, based on a true story. We have the first official poster for Disney's live-action Snow White. We also have the new trailer. This hits theaters on March 21st. Check it out, see what you think. We have the new poster for A Complete Unknown, starring Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan. Anna Taylor-Joy is set to executive produce and star in a new show called Lucky. This is going to be an Apple TV Plus series that is based on the Marissa Stapley novel, best-selling novel here. Reese Witherspoon is also set to executive produce, so very cool there. Insidious 6 has been delayed, but it is still in development. The Recruit Season 2 is coming back on January 3rd, 2025. Bel Air has been renewed for Season 4, which is awesome, but it will also be the last. It's the series finale. It's going to be the final season, but yes, we're getting one more of Bel Air. I love this show. This is one of my favorite shows too. It's a drama retelling of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You wouldn't think it would work, but it works so damn well. And first 3 seasons, phenomenal. So I'm glad it's going to get a fourth and final. I wish it was going on longer, but hey, I'll take it, man. It's better than it just getting canceled. So very happy about this. Glad the season 4 got greenlit. Um, you can watch the first 8 minutes right now of The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim, as well, the animated prequel movie that comes out before Christmas, so you could check that out. Scream 7 cast has added Celeste O'Connor. We have the trailer for Bloody Axe. This stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Billy Burke stars in this as well. It's a new comedy slasher movie. We have Eli Roth talking about Thanksgiving 2, talks about upping the ante and what they're working on there for the sequel. Um, of, like I talked, let's see here. Oh, brand new for you guys that did not see Smile 2. It is now streaming on Paramount Plus. So another big streaming debut here. I loved Smile 2. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. And if you haven't seen it yet, you need to check it out. Paramount Plus, baby. The White Lotus will return for season 3 in February of 2025, which is awesome. A lot sooner than I thought it would be. I've got an article out with James Gunn talking about Creature Commandos, Superman, and a whole bunch more. So check that out if you're interested. Chris Rock and Martin Short will close out the 2024 run of SNL episodes with Gracie Abrams and Hosier as the musical guest. Here's some box office records that Moana 2 has broken. Biggest 5-day debut of all time, biggest 5-day Thanksgiving earner of all time, biggest 5-day Thanksgiving nationwide opening, biggest global opening of all time for an animated film, biggest Walt Disney Animation 3-day debut of all time, biggest Black Friday gross of all time, biggest Thanksgiving Day gross of all time, and biggest opening day for a Walt Disney Animation title. God damn, that is awesome. Congratulations to Moana 2, man. So, so good. Surface Season 2, Apple TV Plus has set a February premiere date for the Gugu Mbatha Raw thriller. The script is complete for Thanksgiving 2, and they're supposed to start filming in March. And then, like I said, I Know What You Did Last Summer has officially started filming. Supposedly, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. will reprise their roles, and the movie's set to hit theaters this summer, July 18th, 2025. And on that note, my friends, that's the news. I told you, look at that. We're under a half hour with a whole week's worth of news because, you know, Thanksgiving, man, slowed everything down, but still a good half hour of stuff to talk about. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you feel the knowledge. I hope you feel educated. So let me get you on out of here. Once again, my name is Don Mega. You can follow me on X at DXDonMega. You can follow the show at Am I on the Air? Same handles over on Threads and Blue Sky. Wherever you're looking to follow, man, just search Am I on the Air and see what you can find. We're on I was gonna say we're on Am I on the Air? Yeah, no shit. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. Just search Am I on the Air? Make sure you subscribe to us on your favorite podcast feed, whether it be Spotify or Apple Music or anything out there. We are there. Just subscribe, leave us a thumbs up, 5-star review, whatever you could do. It really, really help us out. You can follow us. You can give us a like on Facebook as well, facebook.com/Am I on the Air. And shout out and thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Follow on X at Red Dragons Radio and at popculture_pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that's going to do it for me this week. I hope you all have an amazing week. I don't even know if anything hits theaters this weekend. I think it's going to be a pretty quiet weekend. But we'll be back next week to get you caught up with it all once again, regardless. So take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all, peace. Red Dragon!